Have you been gifted a crystal? If so, I'm going to share with you some stories that you might want to hear. I realize that this information has the potential to break some hearts out there, especially if you've been gifted a crystal by someone you're no longer in good terms with. In 2015, I became aware of the energetic properties of crystals, and you could just say that ever since then I've kind of been collecting them. However, what I've come to learn is that crystals can be used for negativity depending on the beholder. In 2015, I started working with a shaman woman for many years until I found out she was sending me death spells and a whole bunch of other kinds of black magic, which was eventually returned and had one of her 3 children commit suicide. However, before I knew just how much of a lost, jealous, pathetic, demonic soul she actually was, spending lots of time with her getting healings. One day, this lost, demonic soul, with a rather terrifying afterlife awaiting her, decided to come up with a plan to use a crystal, gain energetic access into my house and tap into my energy. How did this wicked witch with a doomed soul pull this off, you ask? Well, she decided to post in a Facebook group that myself and many other spiritual individuals were a part of. She claimed that she was moving to another country and hosting a goodbye party in which she would give away all her crystals to anyone that came there. So I show up along with some of her other demonic witch friends, and all of a sudden she's not moving and she's not giving away all of her crystals. However, she comes up to me and she says, "I know you love crystals, so here's a quartz just for you." Placed it in my house for a very long time, and after I was shown by my guides that she had been sending me black magic that was returned and had her own son commit suicide, I was also made aware that she was using this crystal to tap into my house and gain access, and that it needed to be placed in a large natural body of water. You know, the interesting thing about that fake going away party was it wasn't a complete wash. I got to get introduced to her son right before he would end up committing suicide because of his mother's black magic. Personally, don't understand how she can carry around that guilt knowing that she is the one who killed her own son. Not only that, but going to bed every night praying that your other 2 kids don't find out the real reason why their brother died. You know, I have to be honest, when my guides told me about her son and the reason why he committed suicide was because his mother was sending me death spells that were returned, despite the fact that this was the reason, you know, I couldn't help but to shed a tear for him. You know, when I was over at this party, I looked into his eyes, I saw a pure heart. I saw a good soul. It's just a shame that someone like that had to leave this earth because of his mother's ignorant actions. Because I tried to end my life in 2014, only here because Archangel Michael appeared, I know about the mental mind fuck that he went through. I know what it feels like when there's so much pain going through your veins that death feels like the only option. So that young individual that I got to meet on that day that lost his life too soon, I do apologize on behalf of your mother's actions. Needless to say, that crystal has ended up in a large body of natural water. Another reason why you might want to think about throwing out any crystal gifts that you may have received from individuals you're no longer on good terms with. I was gifted a beautiful moonstone necklace from an old friend of mine. For a long time I either wore it or kept it in my room. Well, it turns out my old spiritual friend is still friends with the demonic witch that I talked about in the previous example. My friend that gave me this necklace also has the abilities to use crystals to tap into your energy and basically be a pest in the astral realm. And I was shown that this is what was happening. To say, despite how much I love that necklace, the crystals on it are now at the bottom of a large natural body of water. You need to understand that some people out there with abilities that not everybody has tapped into yet can program crystals to tap into your energy and basically invade your privacy. Definitely want to think about getting rid of any crystals you have from anyone you're not on good terms with, despite how much you love it. Don't give it away because it's got bad energy in it. It's got to go in the ocean, large body of water. I guess you could bury it, that would work too. I was also friends with a guy once upon a time that left a crystal in my living room and came back a week later basically using it as a recording device and used it to gather information on me. So you really got to be careful with them crystals. If you want to see more, hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.